Nigerians are voicing their outrage over the casting of Idris Elba as Okonkwo in the upcoming remake of Things Fall Apart. Critics argue that the role should have gone to local actors to ensure authenticity in portraying Chinua Achebe's iconic story. So the thing is that Idris Elba is about to take a role as a star in Chinua Achebe's iconic literature, Things Fall Apart. Those of you who don't know Things Fall Apart is Chinua Achebe's debut novel of Nigerian author, which is Chinua Achebe, and it was published first in 1958. The novel depicts the events of pre-colonial life in Igbo land, a cultural area in modern-day southeastern Nigeria, and the subsequent appearance of European missionaries and colonial forces in the late 19th century. This literature is actually translated it's the most translated literature to many languages. Myself, as a literature student, one of the readings that you are given is in African literature is Things Fall Apart. Also Arrow of God, which is again Chinua Achebe's literature. Now, after so many years in its remake as a film, Idris Elba is about to star as Okonkwo, the main character in that book. But the thing is that Nigerians are not liking this. This is what is going on. Now, this was shared in this article. Idris Elba is making headlines again, but this time it's not all applause. The Luther star has been cast as Okonkwo, the iconic character from Chinua Achebe's legendary novel Things Fall Apart, in a new TV adaptation produced by David Oyelowo's A24 studio. While fans of Elba may be excited, the internet is buzzing with heated backlash, especially from Nigerians who feel the casting choice is way off. I think this is reasonable. If a film has to be made about this book or based on this book, Nigerians should be given a chance. I mean, they are not poor of. We all know the story of. What Nollywood is capable of, and yeah, I mean, in terms of authenticity and everything. I think Nigeria, there should be an actor that can play as Okonkwo. I mean, these are, what we call cultural inappropriation. There are people in Nigeria, even if the producer is outside of Nigeria, chances or the audition for casts of main characters should be given, I think, for Nigerians. Now the article continues, and it says, "This isn't quote. This isn't the Wire Idris," tweeted one frustrated fan, while others are demanding more respect for a story so deeply rooted in Nigeria's history. Some even accuse the production of opting for a bigger name over authenticity, sparking a cultural debate that's only growing louder by the day. Now, though the project is still in early stage with no writer or streaming platform confirmed yet, the controversy is already drawing as much attention as the adaptation itself. Things Fall Apart, published first in 1958, remains a monumental work in African literature, chronicling life in pre colonial Igbo land and the arrival of European colonial forces. Now, however, with Elba at the center of this storm, only time will tell if the production can do justice to Achebe's rich cultural narrative, or if this casting decision will prove to be a misstep. So that's what the article says. But the thing is that I believe that most of you are familiar with Chinua Achebe's story and his book of Things Fall Apart. He also has written a number of iconic literatures when it comes to but he writes the things that he writes in English, and he himself was there during colonial time, and he experienced this thing firsthand. So Chinua Achebe, he died, I believe, in 2013, and he died in the United States. It wasn't even in Nigeria. As much as I advocate that this should be played, by Nigerian actors, I also ask my Nigerian people or brothers and sisters, where were you up until now, in a country from the continent where filmmaking is so advanced? Why anyone attempted or tried to remake this literature into film? Why are you awake now when somebody is trying to do it? I mean, mind you, I am not by any means validating Idris Elba acting in this film. I mean, it's really a misstep, and Nigerians should be the one who has to take a role. I mean, the initiation might come from somebody else or producers outside of Nigeria. But the thing is that, where were you up until now? And the irony is that Chinua Achebe himself, as a writer, he was yes, a renowned novelist, but he did not get that Nobel prize for literature. And this is really a very complicated one. And he kind of exiled from his country. He also when the Biafra war was there in Nigeria, he also experienced that, and he actually supports Biafra's independence, just like Chimamanda Adichie. She also supports, it's interesting, right? Also the Biafra's independence. So he became kind of, someone who was not liked by the Nigerian government at that time, and he got a professorship in the United States. So he was teaching in one of the universities. He also had a car accident in Nigeria, which made him paralyzed. And again, so he went back to the US, and that's where he stayed until he died in 2013. It's really sad. Now, I want to quote what he said in one of the, just to show you that how he and the government of Nigeria were not really, it would be an understatement, but we're not in the same page. He was not really a fan of Nigerian government. Anyway, quote opens, this is what he says. It was now clear to many of us that we, the Nigerian people, were not what we had thought we were. The Nigeria that meant so much to all of us was not reciprocating the affection we had for it. The country had not embraced us, the Igbo people and other Easterners, as full-fledged members of Nigerian family. Quote close. Now, it isn't just Biafra that he mourned, Chinua Achebe. There had also been a country called Nigeria that he had belonged to, but which he would never quite return to. It had become clear to him that it had ever existed. And the way the passage above transforms we, the Nigerian people, in the first sentence to the us, the Igbo people, and other Easterners gives you there was a country in a nutshell and there wasn't for him anymore. Okay, so like there is them and us. So this is what he felt before he died. He died at the age of 82. And it's really, it's really sad. There was a conference that I attended in that same year, and I was sharing this, because they're talking about Chinua Achebe, and he just died at that time. It's it's really whenever, when the foreigners try to celebrate our people, we cannot just come say, oh, we were, but where were we? I mean, the industry is there in Nigeria for filmmaking. Why you did not do it? Do you really celebrate Chinua Achebe? Or was it the government's hand behind that, prohibited Nollywood not to make this film? I'm sure this might have crossed a number of writers in Nigeria to remake this into film. I mean, if there are Nigerian audience, please let us know in the comment section. But for me, I still support that Nigerians have to take a role into the main character should come for Things Fall Apart movie from Nigeria, not from anywhere else. Not only from Nigeria, but also specifically from the place from Igbo land, people who are speaking that language. But also, in the same token, I ask where Nigerians were, where Nollywood was up until now. Is it the government? Was Chinua Achebe a celebrated writer? We all know he wasn't. So let us know in the comment section, why do you think now Nigerians are making noise while they have all the chances to make this movie before Idris Elba picked this, and now we hear about it. Do you think that Idris Elba has to play as a main character in Things Fall Apart as Okonkwo, or do you think that Nigerians should be the one to take the main to play the main character? The other question is why Nigeria, the film industry of Nigeria up until now did not make one of this iconic literature that has been translated to so many languages and read by so many Africans. Those are my questions. Thank you very much for tuning in. And go ahead, subscribe to the channel, give it a like, and share the video with others. You may support us through our PayPal account. You can find it in the description section. Thanks again, and it's a bye-bye for me for now.